all my bad and bougie people, welcome back to my channel. It's your favorite rich auntie over here, Zizi Pongasa, and I'm back with another video. Alrighty, let's not waste any time and just get into it. So in today's video, I will be doing my eyebrow tutorial, or just an eyebrow video. Not eyebrow, what am I saying? An eyeshadow tutorial. Somebody asked to do an eyeshadow tutorial. Let me not just say somebody, but Miss Lula Miss Lutendo, she asked me to do an eyeshadow video. And so I'm not even gonna waste time and get into it. I will use a 4-color palette. This is gonna be simple, nothing extravagant, just 4 colors. That's all we're using. So it's just a 4-color palette that I'll be using. It's got a dark brown, it's got a light whitish cream color, and then it's got a maroon red, and then it's got a golden shimmer. Those are literally the only 4 colors that you will need to execute the eyes. I will start by rebasing because I only did just about my eyebrows just to carve those out. So I will start rebasing, and then I will put, just come along, you will see what I'm doing it as I go. Okay, so this is what I do, and you're here because we want to learn how your girl does it. Okay, so I'll start off by, I'm trying to see if I should zoom in this video. Yeah, nah, don't you think so, so that you guys can see better? So now that you're close enough, I'll start off by rebasing my eyes. So I'm gonna start off by rebasing. I'm gonna get a little close to my already existing eyebrows. We will blend so that nothing looks a mess. Now, next thing that I'm gonna do, I'm going to take my blending brush. This is what it looks like. And then I'm gonna blend out my concealer. Not too much, but just a little bit. You don't want to have it too harsh on the corners, but the setting powder will help that as well. For this specific look, because I'm going to use a brown, I don't want it to work overtime too much, so I'm going to take my contour stick, and then I'm going to just put a little bit at the corner of my eye. Okay, just a dot or 2 at the corner of my eye. That is going to help when I start adding the brown. The brown won't have to work over time. As a result, it won't have too many layers and it won't be too cakey. Take the same blending brush, and then we're gonna just pat it into the corner and into the crease of my eye. You're gonna take that brown concealer into the corner and the crease, and see, already there's some color. Take a big puffy brush, and you will take your setting powder, whatever shade setting powder you use. I use the banana, and now lightly dab. That's just to take away the extra shine, but we don't want to over mattify. That's the base that we have already, and then we're actually getting into color now. So take whatever eyeshadow palette you have. I'm just going to use this 4-color palette just because I'm going to show you how simple it is to get a nice look without overdoing it. Okay, we're going to start off with brown. I always start off with my darker colors, or as well I work from the outside inward. So we're going to take a small brush that's a bit flared out. I don't know if you can really see that. Okay, so it's just a small brush, but it does have a big flare at the top. That's what we need. So we're gonna dot right there, right in the center. You don't need to dust this off because you do want a pop of pigment, and just dot, you see, and then you can just make a light circle, and don't add extra at this moment. With that light circle you've made, just blend it out into your crease. Okay, you can go almost all the way to the front, but just about where your pupil will end, an iris will end, whatever. But blend that out, and then blend it outward towards your arch, the arch of your eyebrow. Just blend it upwards, If you use a brown that is not too pigmented, or that's not borderline going to black, or like a super dark brown, you won't have to use a lighter shade on top. Obviously, if your brown is very, very dark, I do suggest you also get maybe a lighter brown and blend it into your closer to your eyebrows. But mine is not crazy dark, so just keep blending into my crease and lightly blending upwards. Okay, just ever so lightly. We do want this to blend in seamlessly. We don't want to have some harsh lines. That's also where the baking powder will help as well, because you've already put a base powder already. Okay, so now I'm going to dab again. I do want this to be a tad bit more noticeable, so I'm going to go into my crease again, starting at the corner and working in. And now also I'm going to work onto my lid, just a little bit onto my lid, not too much, just a little bit, and then flick out again. Can go higher towards my brow, then blend it out seamlessly. Okay, even with this already, I'm actually thinking we might just stick to 3 colors just to show how simple and natural the look can be. So I think actually I will stick to just 3 colors. So I'll stick to the dark brown, the cream white, as well as the gold shimmer. That's all we're going to use in this makeup video. Literally, that's it. Okay, so let's now obviously do the same on the other side. Okay, so that's done. Now we're going to move on to the front part of our lid, this area here. Let me actually just use this area over here. That's where we're focusing in the meantime. We will come back to the brown, but we're just going to focus on the inner side. Now, I would suggest you get some type of flat brush. Exhibit A of your flat brushes. This is a flat brush. Now, just FYI, this is not a makeup brush. I didn't buy this as a makeup brush. This is a painting brush, but it's so perfect for lining my eyebrows and stuff, or applying foundation and concealer, just because it is flat and thin. Look how thin that is. Look how thin it is. Okay, the second brush that I do have that's a type of flat brush is this brush. I normally apply concealer with this brush. If you watched my previous video, you would have seen me applying the concealer with this brush. It's nice, precise, it's very small. That's what I love as well. It's the fact that this is so small and it can get thin and flat. All right, my last brush, which is the brush that I'll actually be using, is this brush. So this is also not a makeup brush. This is actually this is an acrylic brush, but I like the fact that it's tiny and slim. Okay, see? It's tiny and slim. So I will be using this brush and put some concealer on this tiny little thingy. So we'll dab in there. We don't need a lot. This is just to help us create the gradient from light to dark. Okay, so let's start. Now we'll first start just 1 tap. We don't want to do too much. Let me actually remove some excess, because we will blend this in and we will put white over it. So now we just blend that out. Depending on how far you want your cream white to be, if you want it to go further or want it to go less, that's up to you. So I just want it to about the middle of my eye. Now you're just going to powder on top using white. Okay, so now on the palette, you go for, it can be a white, it can be a cream, it can be a brown that's very, very light, maybe a peach color. Any color that's just significantly lighter then the brown that you've used on the outside. Dust it off. And now you pat. You don't rub it in, you just pat. Place it first and pat it in. Okay? You just pat now. And what that does, firstly, it sets the concealer, and then it adds an additional layer to brighten up your inner eyelid. Okay, you see how that looks already? Okay, I like to do this a couple of times. Okay. And literally, you're done. You're done. Now, what I do again, you go back with your small flat brush that you used before. You go and collect more of that brown color. And now you see how we've created a harsh line down the center? We need to smooth that out, okay? So we go back just first in the corner, and then you move inward. Inward, gently. Now you start tapping inward, like you're brushing in. Okay, then I will go just a little bit near my crease and above. Don't need that color to overly be strong. Okay. Now what I will do, I'll just go ahead and use the gold so that when I do my other eye, everything else is done on the side. I'm going to use the same brush that I used with concealer. Going to take some gold liberally. Don't hold back. Do not hold back. Gold has a tendency, shimmer colors have a tendency to crumble, or when you try to apply, they fall over your eye. That's why personally I prefer to do my eyebrows and my eyeshadow before I do foundation, but other people don't have that, or they have these things that they can put under. I don't have it. So you can dust off the excess and try your best. Okay, so we're going to put the gold right in the corner of our eye. Okay, you can go a bit further down so that you don't you mask that crease that you made just a tiny bit. Just a tiny bit. Okay, I do want some more gold. And then blend it out into. Okay. All right. So now I'm doing the other side and we're done. Okay guys, so during the editing of this video I actually lost a lot of the remaining of the video, so we'll just move on without it. Don't mind me struggling with my lashes as well, please just ignore that. So this is the final look of the eyeshadow with a little bit of lash, and I hope you guys did enjoy this video. So please don't forget to like, comment, as well as to subscribe to my channel if you want to see more, and bye.